You sit down at your desk at 9 a.m. with the kind of confidence usually reserved for movie montages. Today is the day. Today, you're going to change your life. You have your coffee. You have your laptop. You have a to-do list with boxes waiting to be heroically ticked. You take a deep breath and tell yourself, if I just focus, I can get everything done. Somewhere above your head, your brain hears that and quietly whispers, absolutely not. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain does not care about your goals. Your brain cares about one thing, avoiding discomfort. And work, real, focused, meaningful work, is uncomfortable. That's where the procrastination cycle begins. At 9:05 a.m., you look at the task. Write that report. Study that chapter. Send that scary email. Start that thing you've been avoiding for 3 weeks. You feel a tiny twinge of stress in your chest. Your brain scans the situation and goes, effort, uncertainty, possible failure. Absolutely not. Let's negotiate. So your brain offers you stage 1, the false optimism. You tell yourself, relax, we've got plenty of time. The deadline is tonight. It's literally the morning. Only anxious, disorganized people start this early. We are calm, we are in control, we are different. But first, obviously, you need to make coffee, and you can't start serious work with a messy desk, right? That would be chaos. And you definitely need the perfect playlist. You can't expect your brain to perform without the right background music. So 9:05 turns into 9:20 while you carefully adjust your environment to be optimal. You're not procrastinating. Oh no, you're preparing to be productive. Your brain is very proud of this. It just bought you 15 minutes of not doing the scary thing while still letting you feel like a responsible adult. Welcome to stage 2, productive procrastination. This is where your brain becomes a master con artist. It knows you would feel guilty if you just lay on the floor staring at the ceiling. So it gives you a compromise. Do other tasks that look useful, as long as they are easier, safer, and less emotionally risky than the real work. Suddenly, you notice your kitchen is a disaster. You've tolerated the mess for 3 days, but now that your deadline exists, this cannot stand. You must clean it. Right now, deep clean. You scrub the stove like you're trying to erase your sins, or you open your laptop, fully intending to work, and somehow end up reorganizing your desktop icons by color, project, date, and emotional trauma. You create new folders called Important and Sort Later and Final version 3. You drag files around with intense focus. You feel busy? Your brain is delighted. Because from the outside, you look productive. You're moving, you're cleaning, you're organizing. But the one thing that actually matters, the task that scares you, still untouched. Your brain pats itself on the back. We avoided discomfort, it says, and we even got dopamine from cleaning. We are geniuses. Time passes. You glance at the clock. How is it already 11:30? You haven't started the real work yet, but you can't panic. Panic is for later. Right now, it's time for stage 3, the internet black hole. You sit down again and open your laptop with a renewed sense of determination. This time, I'm serious, you think. You open the document. The blank page stares back at you. Your brain feels that familiar twinge of discomfort. This feels hard, it whispers. We might fail. We might write something cringe. We might have to think. So it leans in and softly suggests, before we start, let's just watch one short video, just to reset, just to get in the mood, just to relax the brain. You agree. Because what kind of monster starts working without a warm-up scroll? So you open YouTube, or TikTok, or Instagram. One short video, then another, then another. 3 hours later, you are deeply invested in a man building a swimming pool in the jungle with his bare hands. You know the life story of a penguin with a GoPro? You have learned 5 random facts about ancient Rome that will never be useful to you. Your task? Still untouched. Your discomfort? Successfully numbed. For now. This is the core of procrastination. Your brain is trading your long-term peace for short-term comfort. Every scroll, Every click, every just one more gives you a tiny dopamine hit. A little squirt of, this feels better than thinking. But then the sun moves. The light in your room changes. You glance at the clock again, and suddenly, it's not early anymore. It's not, I have the whole day anymore. It's 4:30 p.m. The deadline is at 6. This is when stage 4 arrives. The panic monster. The same brain that spent all day gently sabotaging you suddenly slams the emergency button. Adrenaline hits. Your heart rate climbs. Your thoughts go from, I've got time, to I'm going to die in half a second. You sit up straight. You close all the tabs like you're deleting evidence. You open the document. Suddenly, the task that felt impossible all day becomes non-negotiable, because now the fear of failure is bigger than the discomfort of starting. Your brain finally goes, oh, this is real. We might get embarrassed. We might get yelled at. We might lose something. So you transform. You become a frantic typing goblin. Your fingers move at light speed. Your posture is terrible. Your coffee is cold. You enter what feels like a chaotic version of flow state, not calm, just desperate. And somehow in that final hour, you do more work than you did in the previous 8. You cut corners, you improvise, you accept good enough, you hit send, or upload, or submit. Is it your best work? Probably not. Is it a miracle that it exists at all? Absolutely. You collapse back in your chair with a mix of relief and shame. You survived again. You swear to yourself with the conviction of a person in a movie after the disaster scene, never again. Next time I will start early. Next time I will be organized. Next time I will be that person who finishes everything 2 days before the deadline and goes for a peaceful walk. Your brain nods enthusiastically. Yes, next time. Totally. We have learned. We will change. Then the next time comes. You sit down at 9 a.m., you look at the task, and somewhere above your head, your brain whispers, relax. We've got time. Let's just make coffee first. The cycle begins again. So what's actually going on here? Are you lazy? Broken?
Maybe I'm just weak.
Fundamentally weak as a human being? No. You are running old software on modern hardware. Your brain was not designed for long-term, abstract, emotionally risky work on a glowing rectangle. It was designed to keep you alive in the short term, avoid pain, save energy, seek quick rewards. In your brain's ancient operating system, writing a report and fighting a bear are filed under the same category. Dangerous, energy-intensive, avoid if possible. When you sit down to work, you're not fighting yourself as a person. You're fighting a nervous system that thinks anything uncomfortable might kill you socially, emotionally, or professionally. That's why you suddenly feel an uncontrollable urge to clean the kitchen, organize your desk, or research something random. Those tasks give you 3 things your brain loves. They're clear, they're easy, and they have immediate, visible results. The big, important task? It's unclear. It's hard. And the reward is far away and uncertain. Your brain looks at both options and chooses the path with the least emotional risk. It's not moral failure. It's risk management, done badly. So how do you break the cycle? Here's the plot twist. You don't completely. Not forever. There is no magical day where you wake up as a flawless productivity robot, but you can learn to cheat your own brain. You can make work feel less like a bear and more like a series of tiny, harmless squirrels. Instead of sitting down to finish the entire project, you sit down to write one messy paragraph. Instead of study for 3 hours, you tell your brain, let's just read 1 page. You make the first step so small and stupid that your brain can't convincingly argue it's dangerous. Because once you start, something interesting happens. The discomfort doesn't stay at the same level. The first minute is the worst. After that, your brain slowly stops screaming. You've felt this before. You drag yourself to start, and 20 minutes later, you're actually in it. Not happy, not euphoric, but engaged enough to keep going. The real enemy is not work. The real enemy is the doorway to work. Your brain guards that doorway like a bouncer at a club you technically own, but still feel unworthy to enter. Your job is not to become fearless. Your job is to learn little tricks to slip past the bouncer before he remembers he doesn't want you inside. And even when you learn those tricks, there will still be days when you lose. Days when the kitchen gets cleaned, the apps get scrolled, the panic monster saves you at the last minute, and you swear you'll change. That's okay. You're not a broken machine. You're a messy human with a scared brain living in a world full of distractions built by companies who make money every time you avoid your work. So if you've ever looked at your to-do list, opened your laptop, and somehow ended up deep in a video about penguins instead of finishing your task, you're not alone. Your brain is not your enemy. It's just a lazy, anxious roommate trying to protect you in all the wrong ways. Maybe the point isn't to fix yourself into a perfect productivity god. Maybe the point is to understand how your brain plays this game. So the next time it whispers just one more video, you can smile, open the document, and whisper back, "Nice try. We're doing 5 minutes first." And if 5 minutes turns into actual progress, congratulations. You've just hacked the procrastination cycle, at least for today. Tomorrow, of course, you'll have to do it all over again. But that's okay. Welcome back to Simply Chaos, where we don't pretend your brain is a productivity machine. We just try to understand why it keeps dragging you to YouTube when you were supposed to be changing your life.